Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again. Haven't done one of these YouTube videos in quite a while. So, for those of you guys who do not know, let me bring it up here. There is, this isn't porn, I promise. There is a 1 month PoE hardcore and hardcore combined with or sorry, Torment and Bloodlines combined league that's going for 1 month. That is starting, I believe, the 24th. It says here, the Torment and Bloodlines Challenge Leagues will end in 2 weeks at 10 a.m., etc., on Tuesday, March 24th. Carlos, blah, blah, blah. We will be running a 1 month Torment and Bloodlines League after the event the following day. So that's happening then, so that's pretty neat. I've actually never really gotten to play pretty seriously in like the hybrid leagues, so this is going to be my first time actually wanting to play seriously. I probably am only going to play it for anywhere from 3 days to a week. I'm assuming that's going to be when I die, is 3 days to a week. If I die the first day, I'll probably just re-roll it. But, you know, I don't know. I haven't played PoE in quite a while, so maybe I'll be excited and play some more. Of course, Act 4 is what I'm really waiting for, but this is pretty fun as well. So we'll see how that goes. And the build I'm going to be playing is a classical fire trap, but I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to be starting Shadow instead of Templar, and I'm trying to move away from Mind over Matter, or sorry, Cloak of Defiance on all my builds. I'm trying to find other uses for other things. Infernal Mantle looks really cool, but specifically in this build, I'm probably going to run Carcass, and Carcass should not be too expensive in the one. Actually, maybe it is because of clear speed. I'm not really sure, but let me go ahead and run down with you guys with this character here. Just make sure everything works. These nodes show up. Yes, they do. All right. So this is pretty much very similar to my other character. Slight things are changed. So if you guys already know the build, you don't have to watch it. For those of you guys who want to see the progression from a Shadow, you know, feel free to stay tuned. So we're gonna start off with Shadow. We're gonna grab Ellie. And the only reason why I'm going Shadow over Templar is I don't want these regeneration nodes. And I don't want to have to exit through spell damage. That's it. So we're going to start off Ellie. Grab the Ellie. Grab Trickery, which is actually really good that we grab Trickery because Fire Trap does require some intel later on down the line. And it's nice to just have this like right here. Also, we're going to come down through the life and get Coordination. 20 Dex is also really good for Fire Trap. The other thing is, people don't realize how good casting speed is for trappers. I know that might sound really dumb because cast speed doesn't actually directly affect the trap. However, casting speed affects the curses that you use. And the goal with the trapper is throwing your trap and landing 2 curses before the trap actually explodes or, you know, detonates. So that way you can throw a trap and dual curse and move on to the next pack, rather than cursing, throwing a trap, cursing, etc. From here, we're going to go right through Blaze. We're going to grab our fire damage. Of course, Ignite Chance is how our entire character is built off Prolif. We'll grab Cold Hearted Calculation. It's okay, gives us some mana regen. Come up and grab this, probably this whole entire node here for 7th tier. I'm actually not going to run to high explosives yet. I'm going to leave this entire thing alone. And the reason why is Fire Trap's damage is fine. I don't need to worry about the damage specifically on the trap. It's got insane damage. It's more important to focus on area of effect right now. So we're going to move across 2, 3, 4. And I know I'm like level like 19, 20 at this point. But I'll probably pick up EB this early on depending on my gear. If I can get 50 mana from this node and I have mana issues, I'm probably going to pick it up. But for now, you're probably running off HP pots, so it's okay. Or sorry, mana pots. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Now this is when the goodies come. You get your AoE right here on Blast Radius. You don't have too much life right now. I know my builds usually suck for life at the start, but I mean you're not even at Vol yet here. So actually you're probably at Vol now. Gonna grab a Heart and Soul here with this section. This is also a good time to grab EV since you just got the scaling off your mana. We're gonna move across and we're gonna grab all of Cruel Preparation, get some life. And by here, we're grabbing all of Breath of Flames, we're grabbing all of Heart of Flames, and this is going to give us some Ignite Chance, which we don't necessarily need until we have Prolif, but this already gives us 15% now in total. We have Blaze, and we've got Breath of Flames, and we've got our Ignite Chance here. So from this point, you've got a stretch, you've got the stretch of 1, 2 into Dual Curse, which you're not running Dual Curse until maps, so you don't need it. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points up until you get Purity of Flesh. I don't really think that's necessary right now. So at this point in time, we're going to turn our character around and go for high explosives. You don't want entropy. It's not as good as it seems. 9% damage over time is not as good as, for example, like an 8% elemental damage node, because damage over time is damage over time. It's not initial and damage over time, whereas elemental slash fire damage would be upfront plus initial. Or sorry, upfront plus damage over time. So we're going to grab our life here with Blood Drinker, get a dex node. 2 dex nodes is pretty good actually as well. And then we're going to grab high explosives through here. This is super good. Also, you don't really need the penetration in normal difficulty. Everything dies so fast anyway. So you have 9% trap, so 9, 18, 27, 27, and then, yeah, and then you get high explosives. Clever construction is up to you. Some people don't like getting it. I think that it's not necessarily needed, but if you're looking for sustainability and whatnot for your traps, you definitely want to grab Clever Construction. But this is something that I might not pick up right at the start because it's 3 points. This is something I will definitely pick up when I start mapping, though. Alright. So let's continue on. If you're having mana issues, you can drop into Deep Thoughts. Also, by this point in time, you're nearing maps. You're definitely going to have EB here. Alright, so if you don't want to go to the Templar yet, you've got another option. You can pick up 60% elemental damage for roughly 6 points plus cast speed. You could come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this into Elemental Dominion. That's the more later on version for me, though. That's not something I want to grab right now. If you want life, you've got a little option for life and mana here. But we are going to continue on to the Templar. We've also got life and mana here, or life and ES. So we're going to move across 1, 2. We're nearing maps. We're not in maps yet. We don't need it yet. So we're going to go 3, 4, 5. I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to grab Dual Curse now, because we should be in maps. I'm going to run down 1, 2. I'm going to grab the life, and then we grab this, which makes us a beast. This section right here is a 5% chance to ignite with an insane amount of damage we get off of it. So we're going to move across from here, go in, get resist, get another 5% chance to ignite, etc. I actually might hold off on this for now and grab the AoE first, grab Retribution, grab more life, and then come back around and grab this. So this is what, like around level 80, high 80s maybe? No. This is like high 70s. This is like day 2 almost, pretty much. So by this point, your character is pretty much done. You should have a feeling of how your character works. And this is where I kind of want to put a twist on it. So the twist is as follows. I'm definitely going to come through here and grab the 60% elemental damage, right? Because that's really good for the points. Now, I was thinking to myself, if I'm not running Cloak of Defiance, you're not gonna be anywhere near as tanky, right? You're much more susceptible to burst damage because you're down about 1.3k effective life. Let's be honest. So rather than having 6.6k life, you're gonna have like 5k or something. So what you can do here, oh, actually, we're definitely picking up this as well for life. What you can do here though is you can make it like a little interesting. So going crits is an option. The problem is Cold Snap's base crit is not really that high, and because it's not that high, it's not really worth it. But Fire Trap has a good crit chance. But on the flip side, your single target's not that good because you're pretty much just running off of Prolift. That's it. But you have Flame Surge in this build. If people, my build's on the forums, people who don't know like this 100%. You have Flame Surge, which Flame Surge gets a multiplier for burn, Flame Surge gets a multiplier from conk, Flame Surge gets a multiplier from trap, and then you get Fire Pen, Elemental Weakness, and Flammability. If that crits on a boss, it's going to do a lot of damage, even though you're not really a crit character. So, there is some options you can do here. And here's the following what you can do. Because you're not running Cloak of Defiance, you don't have to worry about that extra gauge. So you open up some options. You swap Discipline for Grace. So that's free evasion. That's not bad at all. And now you can do this. You could run into here and grab Sovereignty. You could come through here. 2, 3, 4, and drop. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and drop 1, 2. You could also pick up Influence. Now, this pretty much maxes out your character at 117. I personally don't want to go that far with my character, so I'm going to drop some, like I'm going to drop a 9% trap and mine damage node. And now we're going to do another twist, and we're going to kind of go crit. We don't need to go crit. It's not like I'm going to have 50% crit rate. It's just I'm going to have a little bit of crit rate, and that's all you need on a boss. You know, if I can get the 30% crit rate, and I can get one of the Flame Surges to crit with crit damage, it's going to be huge. So the goal is to pick up Assassination, Doomcast, and Assassination, Doomcast, and Arcane Potency. And if you're doing this, then you probably do not need to run your Sovereignty and your Influence, which means you're back at 118. And from 118, you could potentially drop anything you wanted at this point. This is pretty much a 120 point. I don't really like 120 points, but I'm just giving you guys different options you can do with the character. So it is a little bit more diverse, and the reason why is you don't have to spend. Actually, I would take Sanctity, but you don't have to spend these extra 5 points in the Templar, which you would normally spend. So you do have a bit more points this way. So you know, this is the character. And it's pretty good. Actually, you should even pick up, like, if you're going down this route, you should definitely pick up these two as well. 100%. So, gets a little more point starved. But, you know, it's a bit different than my other Trapper, and I really like that. Because it's not always fun playing the same thing over and over again. So, even though I am playing a Trapper off of the same base, and I completely forgot I'm a dumbass, this would be an Avatar of Fire Trapper that I would play. It's still different, you know? It's different for me. It's a lot different, actually, because I've played Trappers over and over and over, and this is definitely something new. The next thing in the race is I have to see what rewards the Shadow gets versus what rewards the Templar gets 100%, but I really do want to play Shadow, because it just feels different. So that's pretty much my character. I will leave the link down below. I'm gonna dig and find my form guide for my Avatar of Fire Trapper, and I'll link that below so you guys can understand what exactly I'm talking about. Furthermore, I'm going to try running Vol Fireball on this character as well to make up for the single target damage it lacks if it's in party play or if it's bossing. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, I'm pretty excited to come back. I wanna participate in this race, and yeah, you know, that's pretty much it. So, like I said, hope you guys had a wonderful time. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to, you know, subscribe and thumbs up. But with that being said, I know I said this already, but that's okay. It makes me happy. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Take care, everybody.